Hi, I'm Amanda Beard, 7-time medalist. I get my Aquasphere gear at swimoutlet.com, the web's most popular swim shop. Check them out today.
Welcome to the Morning Swim Show for Wednesday, October 19th, 2011. I'm your host, Peter Bush. In the Phoenix Monitor today, we'll talk to Dave and Jennifer Gibson. They used to live right down the street from us here in Phoenix, but now they're coaching at Fort Lauderdale Aquatics, and they both join us right now in the Phoenix Monitor from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good. Peter, good.
How's Florida treating you?
A little more tropical than the desert.
Yes, indeed. Watch out for that humidity.
We feel it.
What do you think of the new coaching situation? Tell us about the team, and tell us about how you got there.
Team's a great team. I think anybody that's ever been to the Swimming Hall of Fame in Fort Lauderdale knows what a great facility it is. They also have great staff. The community's great. It's just a wonderful place to be on deck every day coaching. Jennifer can tell you some more about it, I think.
What I'm really impressed with is the camaraderie of the staff and just how open, how accepting that they've been since we've been here. But just to observe them, I mean, from their swim school through their master's program, just the lifeguarding staff, the camaraderie is amazing. And that's just been so exciting to walk in and feel like you're instantly accepted and to be a part of that. It's just very open. Lots going on the deck all the time, different things through the day. So that's just really inspiring to be here, and just really makes me want to, get in there and go after it and do whatever I can to help grow the program.
Tell me about the club swimming situation there in southern Florida. Are there a lot of teams? Is it pretty competitive? I know you're just about a half hour north of Miami. Are there some good teams down there? Kind of describe who the main players are.
I think it's pretty competitive. There's a lot of good teams, a lot of good facilities. Fort Lauderdale Aquatics, we actually have a couple other sites. We have a site that runs in Miami, one in up in Boca. So we've got a couple other sites that try to encompass a big area of the Fort Lauderdale and metro area. But it's really competitive. There's some great swimmers and athletes down here, just like it always has been. Southern Florida's always produced a lot of great swimmers.
Well, I know you've got a couple right there right now on the national junior team, Lauren Driscoll, Chelsea Britt. Tell me about them a little bit and tell the viewers so they can kind of put the info with the names and faces.
Well, Lauren's really lighting it up right now. Her training is really going well, and it's a high school season. I think her high school meets have gone well, and they're kind of gearing up for their championship meets that are coming up pretty soon. There's a boy here, Ryan Rosenbaum's just swimming lights out right now, being heavily recruited. Lauren's already signed at Cal, but there's a lot of up-and-coming swimmers besides a couple of those seniors. Which is really exciting, and they just want to take it to the next level, and that's they're hungry for it, and we're willing to help them get there.
How do you guys break it up into groups? Do both of you coach the same group or different groups?
I'm coaching senior athletes. Jennifer's coaching age group athletes. They've got various typical groups that they run through the age group program and senior program.
Jennifer, who's got the better of that deal?
Oh, I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm kind of back with a little bit, one of my groups a little bit younger, so I'm really working with like primarily 8 to 12-year-olds. Last few years kind of, worked with the high school group there in Phoenix, and with the high school team, and then also with the senior group. So a little bit of change in focus, on what I'm doing. But I don't know. I think we're probably both happy with what we're doing. A little bit different for both of us.
I know as coaches you take little things along the way in your journey. What's something that maybe you do the same as you did in Phoenix and something that you're doing differently?
I think organizationally it's pretty good. There's a few things Jennifer and I would like to help them with. Coaching kids is coaching kids. They want to be fast. I think we've got some things in our toolbox to help them go faster. This is a coach-run program. There's no parent board, anything like that. So there's certain things that go along with that as far as volunteerism and the coaching staff. But after 36 or 37 years of doing this, working with ASCA, USA Swimming, different levels, while I don't know it all, I think I've got a lot I can bring to the table and help these guys with.
Must be nice being closer to Harrison too, right?
Yes, Southmore up at University of Florida, 5 hours north. It's pretty sweet.
I imagine that was one of the perks of the job, Jennifer?
Oh, definitely. He's actually the one that was the advocator in helping us really be serious to look at this. He just couldn't believe that we went and jump on it right away. Actually, this weekend it'll be his first weekend as a college student, college athlete to actually say, I'm going home to see my parents for the weekend. So I think that's pretty neat for both ends of the deal there.
Well, Dave, I also wanted to ask you about Ricky Berens, someone you coached way back in high school in Charlotte. Obviously, he's had a great deal of success in college and now post-collegiate career. What did you see out of Ricky as he kind of grew at Texas and then now even further than that?
I think some of the bigger items that he worked on, he took care of himself a little bit better away from the pool as far as his diet, probably warming up and warming down, those type of things when he got out of high school. He's a racer. He loves to race. Doesn't matter if it's practice or competition. So that wasn't something he necessarily had to work on. But I think it's some of those X factor things that outside the pool that helped him get a little bit better at.
Is he an example of like a swimmer that you just have to convince them you can't think you're just, a one-race swimmer or a two-race swimmer, because everybody thought he was a great 100 flyer coming out of high school. And it turns out, his 200 free is probably what he's best known for, winning relay Olympic medals. So is that kind of a tale for younger kids? Don't think that you just swim this one or two events. You never know where your career is going to take you.
When he was in high school, we worked on everything. 50 free through the 1,000 free, both IMs, both backstrokes. Of course, 200 free in the flies. His first Olympic trials in 2004, he swam both the flies and the 200 free, and like you said, was known for a butterflyer. But actually, at that meet, I specifically sought out USA Swimming. I think it was Larry Herr and Susan Wozner at that time, and asked them to pull up all the data they could give me for world-class, world's best 200 freestylers, splits, stroke rates, tempos. Because I thought at that point that might be, and I told them, you could ask them that might be his best shot of making the team in 2008, just from what I'd seen in a couple of meets and practice daily. So he did kind of, do a lot of different events.
It also shows, not that he wasn't good in the 100 fly in college, but it shows that you can be good in one event in high school, great in fact, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the best in college. I mean, as guys get older and stronger, it takes more pure speed to really excel in the 100 and 50, and you can't get away with just, kind of being the best guy in the pool, period. Mm-hmm. I mean, you've really got to be a specialist once you get to that higher level.
And he likes to race that 200. He has a game plan for that he likes to bring out on race day, and as it unfolds, 100 fly may be a little too fast.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. Oh, Jennifer, you want to say something?
Yeah, it's just kind of funny because I can remember we were at a meet in the facility north of Charlotte, and very unexpected really that time of year, and he pulls a trial cutout in the 200 free. So it was just kind of those first maybe inklings when he was in high school that, his 200 free was going to be another great event for him. And it was in the midst of great training, and nobody expected it. It's kind of funny. We all kind of chuckled that I just remember that first time he got that trial cut in the 200 free.
Well, thanks for sharing the stories, guys. Thanks again for joining us, and best of luck.
Thanks a lot, Peter.
All right. That's Dave and Jennifer Gibson joining us from Fort Lauderdale, and that is it for today's show. I'm Peter Bush, reminding you to keep your head down at the finish.